telecommuting, or working from home or other remote locations using online platforms to connect with colleagues has been challenging during the COVID-19 pandemic. It has exacerbated issues like social isolation and depression, especially for those living alone. Challenges such as poor internet connectivity and inadequate devices have made remote work difficult for more employees. Effective communication within organizations became crucial for information sharing and mutual understanding. Employers face difficulties in delivering timely information and delegating work without the spontaneity of in-person communication, making collaboration more complex compared to face-to-face interactions. Relying solely on virtual communication sometimes resulted in misunderstandings and communication breakdown. Transparent communication enhanced employee engagement, fostering trust and confidence in the organization's goals and strategies. During the pandemic, job disengagement was a significant issue as employees felt uninformed and disconnected from organizational plans. Media coverage heightened anxiety about COVID-19, prompting calls for transparent decision making, particularly regarding financial stability. Providing employees with accessible information on company performance, financial health, and future plans promotes informed decision making and strengthens organizational connection. Research underscores the importance of transparency in building trust during crisis. Effective communication and transparency alleviate anxiety by addressing employee concerns promptly. Open dialogues about organizational decisions, changes, and challenges are crucial for making employees feel valued and well informed. This approach enhances engagement and contributes to higher job satisfaction among employees.
Now, I will explain to you the third identification of the issues, which is poor informational crisis communication. The effective communication is essential during a crisis to ensure the public remain informed, calm, and comply with necessary measures. Crisis communication refers to a strategic communication effort used to protect or defend an individual, company, or organization facing major challenge or impending crisis situation. Crisis communication is crucial due to potential crisis public relations pitfall, poor crisis management, and crisis message failures. Effective crisis communication can mitigate damage, rebuild trust, and safeguard reputation. It is vital for organizations to respond promptly, transparently, and empathically during crisis situations to maintain public confidence and relationship with stakeholders. There are several negative outcomes caused by poor information crisis communication, which are resistant, counterproductive work, decreased engagement, burnout, and high turnover intention. For example, people are used to having some misleading or poor information during pandemic COVID-19, and it can cause them resistance towards their organization and eventually lead to turnover.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we will discuss the impact of internet organization culture during merge. When organization merge, the goal is to create a stronger, more competitive company by combining resources, skills, and market presence. However, cultural integration often poses significant challenge. Different in value and practice and behavior can hinder internal communication, leading to misunderstanding and reduced collaboration. This culture difference also impact crisis management, inconsistency response, and conflict decision-making process can avoid crisis and highlight the need for culture unity. To ensure success, it is crucial to focus on creating a unified organization culture. This fosters more operational or integration, enhance employee morale, and promote a consistent organization identity. In summary, successful merge require more effort to blend culture and foster unity for long-term success. Thank you.
Next identification issue of communication during pandemic in organization is misunderstanding in an organization. Workers are depending more and more on virtual interactive communication, which frequently results in an increased level of misunderstanding. This confusion is often reduced by regular and spontaneous conversation. For example, one of the standards that characterizes what constitutes a good employee in the modern workplace is the expectation of immediate response to communications at all times. Employees' assessment of the changing communication environment and their ability to handle their demands for immediate answers have received little attention.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alia Najra binti Muhammad Nazri. For another communication issues that organization face during the pandemic is adaptation of digital technologies, also known as digitation. In the era of digitation and connectivity, some employees and organizations need help to adapt to the technologies. Audio and video conferencing using Microsoft Teams, Google Meet or Zoom have become a norm during the pandemic for employees to interact. This will lead to the adoption of improved network equipment and cloud-based software in order to fully utilize the communication medium for employees who are working from home. For employees that are not familiar with the cloud services, will encounter issues to adapt with it. Besides that, company will also need to create a budget to subscribe to new license subscription to use these services.
Now I will discuss and explain about issues discussion and analysis. One of the issues discussion is informational communication strategy. Poor informational crisis communication can be countered or solved by using informational communication strategy. An informational communication strategy is a deliberate plan or approach to effectively convey specific information to a target audience. It focuses on ensuring that information is communicated clearly, accurately, and in a manner that meets the needs and expectations of the recipients. An effective informational communication strategy involving the systematic dissemination of accurate and relevant information. It includes not only instructional information but also information about the effects of the crisis on the organization and employees' work situation, which is important during the acute phase of the crisis, as it significantly fosters employers' acceptance of managerial decisions. Importantly, the information also needs to be substantial, such as relevant, timely, complete, understandable, accurate, and reliable. Thus, we acknowledge that instructional information plays an important role that is conveyed in a transparent manner to reach at a cognitive level for employees, especially during a health crisis of COVID-19, which is when decisions often need to be made quickly. Employees' acceptance of organizational measures is extremely important in engendering their further support in the form of job engagement.
Digitization enables organizations to access more data on employee performance. Remote work provides flexibility in working hours and relies on digital communication. Employees generally find remote work efficient and conducive to delivering detailed information. Understanding the culture of remote work enhances convenience for both employers and employees, facilitated by digital information practices that promote smooth communication process. Governments prioritize remote work policies to foster effective communication styles within organizations. Employers are urged to invest in applications and systems supporting seamless telecommuting and bridging gaps among co-workers. Employers' availability is crucial for understanding challenges faced by remote workers. Effective leadership with strong supervision, communication skills, and empathy toward employees' issues and capabilities enhance overall work efficiency. Transparent communication enhance employee engagement, fostering trust and confidence in the organization's goals and strategies. During the pandemic, job disengagement was a significant issue as employees felt uninformed and disconnected from organizational plans. Media coverage heightened anxiety about COVID 19, prompting calls for transparent decision making, particularly regarding financial stability. Providing employees with accessible information on company performance, financial health, and future plans promotes informed decision making and strengthens organizational connection. Research underscores the importance of transparency in building trust during crisis. Effective communication and transparency alleviate anxiety by addressing employee concerns promptly. Open dialogues about organizational decisions, changes, and challenges are crucial for making employees feel valued and well informed. This approach enhances engagement and contributes to higher job satisfaction among employees.
Moving on to the next issue, discussion and analysis of communication during pandemic is supportive peer communication. Peer is a group of persons with comparable demographics and socioeconomic background. Peer communication is the horizontal sharing of information between peers who share interests. The degree to which knowledge, assistance, and acknowledgements are mutual among peers is referred to as team member exchange or TMX. Internal communication refers to relationship that staff members establish with co-workers that are beneath them in the organizational hierarchy but don't have formal authority over one another. Peer communication is distinguished from other forms of internal communication, such as speaking with superiors or senior leaders, by qualities like intimacy, affinity, and also self-disclosure.
Next, we discuss the challenge our company faces with crisis management due to scattered culture and poor internal communication. Our company fragments, culture and inconsistent internal communication lead to varied crisis response. Effective crisis management required a unified, fast reaction where the entire organization work together. However, achieving this is difficult when teams don't communicate it, and different parts of the company follow their own procedure. To address this, we need a comprehensive crisis plan that all teams understand and implement. Culture split occur when staff retain all company habits, resulting in inconsistent reaction. This mismatch can lead to part of the company handling the same crisis in the way that don't align. The lack of coordination from these different harms our crisis response effectiveness. Instead of a seamless approach, we face delay, waste resources, and conflicting action that undermine our overall crisis management strategy. This disunity not only complicated crisis resolution but also damage our reliability and trustworthiness in the eyes of stakeholders. In conclusion, our organization difficult in handling crisis stem from broken internal communication and lingering culture identities. Fixing this issue is crucial to ensure a unified and effective response when crises arise, protecting our operation and protection. Thank you.
I will explain more about the analysis of adaptation of digitation. In order to solve the issues of familiarization with cloud-based software, companies need to prepare training for their employees. Tutorial video or online training should be able to solve adaptation of employees with this service. This will also increase the knowledge and upskill of employees. Since we are in the era of digital technologies and the Internet of Things, Organizations should be prepared to improve the employee skills according to the modern era. Digital technology will be able to improve the communication of employees and improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the work performance. The workloads or documents can be accessed and edited from any location at any time by everyone that are in the circle. Managers and the bosses can also review and amend the documents without the need of requesting. Organization will need to analyze which cloud services or network can be fulfill the objective and business's requirements. The demand for cloud services platform has been increasing since the pandemic. This adaptation should be adopted by organizations to improve the communication between employees and also for the work accessibility.
The COVID-19 pandemic underscored the pivotal role of communication in organizational resilience and employee well-being, emphasizing empathy, timeliness, and transparency. Information delivery is essential for navigating challenges and supporting employees in adapting new communication norms. Adopting a human-centered approach and actively listening to concerns can foster a supportive work environment despite physical distancing. Transparent communication from leaders and employees is crucial for maintaining morale and trust within the organization. Additionally, enhancing crisis management through unified communication and cultural alignment ensures consistent, effective responses that bolster stakeholders' trust and reliability. Peer communication among colleagues with similar backgrounds promotes horizontal information sharing and strengthens group cohesion through shared knowledge and supportive interactions, addressing human needs for understanding and nurturing in the workplace.
Truly created many new scenarios to our economic landscape, especially in a way to improve communication in an organization. There are some recommendations that can be implemented for organizational communication during pandemic. First of all, we should establish clear communication channels. It is important we utilize primary communication tools such as email, company intranet, and internet messaging system, for example, Microsoft Teams and Webex. Besides that, we can provide regular updates about the pandemic impact on the organization and any changes in policies or operation. Furthermore, the company may create a dedicated section on the company intranet or website for all pandemic-related information such as frequently asked question FAQ section. Although organization is team-oriented, in order to achieve success, it is always the involvement of leadership that makes the communication more effective. Top leaders are urged to be visible and actively communicate with the employees. Moreover, organizations should have health and safety guidelines. We should communicate about health and safety guidelines clearly to all employees, including hygiene practice, social distancing measures, and procedures for reporting illness. Despite the restricted movement during pandemic, companies can offer visual training sessions on new tools, new skills, and any new procedures related to pandemic. It can encourage employees to use this time for skill development and provide access to online learning resources. In addition, companies should be aware of community and stakeholder engagement. The external communication is to keep customers, partners, and any other stakeholders informed about how the organization is responding to the pandemic. Overall, these recommendations that have been mentioned above can improve the organizational communication during pandemic. It must be implemented in most organizations, and with the cooperation from all parties, the communication problem can be handled with ease.